most of my life. I have a car, 2 kids, and a wife. I'll probably be here for the rest of my life. I'm living on the island. When summer comes and winter falls, the island ladies go to shopping malls. Big Daddy's credit card charge it all. They're living on an island. Oh, we're living on Long Island. Oh, you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm just basking in the sun.
Hey, Andy, give me a vodka. Is that your Camaro? It's gorgeous.
You know, I went to high school with Billy Joel.
Wow.
I go to Hamptons on Friday night. I party hard till the sunshine bright. Then I'm sitting in traffic on Sunday night. I'm living on an island. Yeah, living on Long Island. You know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. Am I hurting anyone? Let's live.
He did.
All right, we're
all right.
on. Stop talking to our audience. Oh, am I getting feedback?
You're loud. Anyway, Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to the Gagootz Show, Season 2, Episode 1. We're so excited.
Season 2, Episode 1 with my honey bunny.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice. Yeah.
It was fun on the way here.
We started the new year off right. We haven't had a big fight yet.
Yeah, how many days is it?
9. Today's
9 days.
9 days without a
fight. Oops.
What's
wow. Oh, what is wrong with my mic? This is Bobby.
Oh, where is it? Oh, it fell in.
Oh,
it fell in, yeah.
It fell in the boobs.
It fell in the Twin Peaks.
Oh no, that's why.
The bottomless valley over there.
Thank you. Bottomless valley. Oh my God. Oh my God. The bottomless valley, really.
The Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon of boobs, Nancy.
Well, you know, they're yours, not mine. So anyway,
Anyway, let's
talk about what we've done since the last time we were here, which was a year ago.
Look, I'm fixing my shirt.
Yeah.
I got one of these no tuck shirts here.
Please.
Whatever. I didn't wear I've gotten fat. The holidays have made me fatter.
Yeah, you weren't fat before this at all.
No.
Yeah, the holidays. He actually is wearing a girdle. Tell the world, Nancy. Go ahead. You're never gonna hear the end of this.
I'm wearing a girdle so that my belly doesn't crush my balls. If anybody wants to know, okay.
That's good. That's good. You know what they have? I saw this on a commercial on Facebook. They have this underwear that has this little pocket for your balls. So that it keeps them so that they don't roll around. I don't know what they do.
I'm fine. Mine don't sag like most old men.
Okay.
Is this how we're starting off the new year?
No. Let's
talking about genitals and boobs.
This is what we did.
Okay.
We went and saw Gemini at the Bolton Theater.
Okay. Gemini, so that people know. Gemini is he's a ventriloquist, comedian, magician, and he is awesome.
He's fantastic.
He's fantastic. We saw him at the Bolton Center in Bay Shore. I recommend that's a great venue. On Long Island, we've got some really good venues for comedy. Of course, we have the Governor's Comedy Clubs, the 3 clubs.
Right.
And then we have the Bolton Center just reopened. They had closed because of COVID. They were a COVID casualty. They reopened. They're awesome. Now, it's a small theater. Every seat is a great seat. But we sat in the 3rd row down because my wife would complain if we sat anywhere further than that.
Well, so let me just explain. The very first row, you don't want to ever get that row because I saw Kevin Bacon and his brother.
The Bacon Brothers,
Brothers several years ago. And I'm not really complaining about it, but I sat in the first row and I actually looked at his crotch for the 2 hours they were performing. Now, it's not a bad thing, quiet, looking at Kevin Bacon's crotch, seriously. But you don't want the first row. You want the second or the third. Go ahead.
The third. I usually sit in the 3rd and the 4th row.
Right.
So that's what I like. I've been to the Bolton Center a lot, not necessarily with Nancy. And because there are some bands I like that Nancy doesn't like.
Right. That's
so
true.
So I went there to see. I love a band called the Straubs. No, you've never heard of them, but they're one of my favorite all-time bands. and I got to see them. Then they do a meet and greet upstairs, and great theater. So we saw Gemini. He's a magician, ventriloquist, comedian, very funny, and
Talented.
very talented. Awesome. I recommend go see Gemini. He did like a little over an hour.
Yeah, and it's John Gemini Lombardi if you
Okay.
go on social media.
And opening for him was someone we've seen before, and I guess he's friends with Nancy. Nancy's friends with all these comedians more than I am, but Tommy Gooch
Tommy
opened,
Gooch. I
and
love
Tommy's
that,
coming
Tommy.
to Governors.
Yes, he will be at Governor's February. Oh, good, he's gonna kill me. And I didn't write it down, but he'll be at Governor's in
the brokerage,
in February. So just go on Governor's
and look for Tommy Gooch. I highly recommend. Tommy's very funny.
He is so funny. He is so
it was
funny.
it was a great show. Then for New Year's, this was on the 29th.
Yeah, that was of December.
The 29th of December.
Right.
And then for New Year's, our tradition is a family movie. We go to a movie and then we have a family dinner so that we get to spend triple the amount of money on New Year's Eve that you would spend in a restaurant any other time. So, but we have to do that. It's our tradition.
It's our tradition.
To empty Daddy's wallet.
That's right.
Empty Daddy's wallet on New Year's Eve.
El Cheapo.
El Cheapo, yeah. $200 dinner. It's usually this restaurant. Usually $300, but Nancy wasn't drinking, so that knocked $100 off the bill.
Because of my foot, so I couldn't
drink. She had a swollen foot. People didn't know about that. People didn't.
I saved.
It's usually $100 knocked off the bill because my wife wasn't drinking. All right, because she orders like the big, when you're
dating. Like I don't make it sound like I'm an alcoholic. It's
no.
But I order
But she
those
orders
drinks.
the best drink.
They're
she
like
orders,
$25.
Yeah, because. Let's face it. If you're dating, the first time dating, you usually, the girl that you're with, she doesn't want to spend a lot of your money. She's nice. You're married over 30 fucking years. You are going to lose money. Your wife is going to look for the most expensive drink. If the little umbrella they put in, they charge you $10 for that fucking umbrella.
I like that umbrella.
And a toothpick, the fucking toothpick is $5. She's going to go for it.
Yep. I am.
And my son is like, my dad's cheap. So anyway, $100 was knocked off the bill.
But the name of the
beautiful
restaurant. The restaurant is like down the block from us. It's an Italian restaurant, a little tiny place. Phenomenal.
It's called Il Piccolo Villaggio.
You have to make reservations.
In Islip. Il Piccolo Villaggio. What a great restaurant.
Right, on Islip
great
Avenue
Italian restaurant. So we went there, and then we went to the movies before. We went early, and Nancy gasped. She loved the movie. We saw Wonka. We saw the movie Wonka.
I am in love. Well, all right. So I'm going to be 72. I don't care. I'm still in love with that guy.
Timothy
Chalamet. He's so adorable. He's so cute. He's so talented.
It's a great. Let me tell you something. I enjoyed the movie. I don't know if I may watch it one more time. It's like not a movie I'll see forever, but it's a great family film.
It's
great
fantastic.
movie to take your family. It's a musical.
It's nothing like the other two. It's not like the one with Johnny Depp, which
and it's a prequel to the one with Gene Wilder.
Right. It's how he became Willy Wonka. It's how it's his travels from the very beginning. Well, not when he's older.
Yeah.
And how everything happened, and it's fantastic.
And the songs are great. Music. The music is like a Broadway show.
Yeah, who knew he could sing?
Really good. And I'm a fan of Timothy Chalamet too, which I'll bring up. They would show you a trailer before the movie of Dune. And those of you who know me know that I love Dune. I read all 6 of the Frank Herbert Dune books. I didn't read the other ones that his son Brian Herbert wrote, but I read all the Frank Herbert Dune books, and I like what they've done with Dune this time.
I'm looking forward to when that comes out.
And they did it part 2, so part 2 of Dune's coming out.
All right,
okay.
I have my notes.
She has the notes.
Listen, I'm old. I need to write these things down. So we have new sponsors for the show. All right, and they'll we'll have commercials with them, but I just thought I would mention that. Key Love Jewelry and Key's Cutlery.
Cutlery. Cutlery.
Okay, I got false teeth. I got
yeah, blame
Cutlery.
that.
Okay, and they're at 2860 Middle Country Road in Lake Grove. They also have a little area in Oakdale in Remember Yesteryear. All right, I actually am modeling some of the jewelry from there, which I don't know if Bobby can like come in.
No,
I can't. But anyway, if you when you watch there you go.
Oh, here we
Bobby
go.
can do anything.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this is okay. There's the double hearts, and then there's the chain. And see if you can get my earring in here. Let me see. All right, Bobby. All right, let's
You're
do
covering your.
All right, there you go. There's my ear. There they are. And then this bracelet, which is like it's just like the designer bracelet, but I forgot the name. Chanel. She'll yell at me. I think it's Gucci. Anyway, they're one of our sponsors. And
with Nancy now we have 3 sponsors.
Yeah, well, we're getting 3 more by the next show. Vertex Physical Therapy Services. Well, when I had my accident in 2018, which I'm not going to get into all of that, but I went there for pain management, and they are absolutely phenomenal. And they have 2 locations. They're at 46 West Suffolk Avenue, and they're also at 7 Hempstead Turnpike in Nassau County. And we have a beautiful advertisement for them. And we also have the Little Nook. Now, Lori had the Nook and Cranny and Islip for, oh my gosh, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years. And COVID, blah, blah. She has the little tiny Nook now in Remember Yesteryear.
And remember where you said
Oakdale,
Key is.
Where Key is.
Remember Yesteryear. So we actually have 3 commercials for that.
Right.
And also, an added surprise to tonight's show, we have 2 guests.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. It's not about us. Who knew?
So
go ahead.
Okay. We have 2 guests. We have Jesse Pullman, who is a writer. He's written 8 novels. We're going to talk to him. Here's his latest one. And it's
find him on Amazon.
Physics Trincarnate, I believe. I don't know.
He'll be on. We'll talk to him.
I'm
we'll
a bad reader.
Everything.
And then we also have Don Sill, who's been on the show. Don Sill is a writer, a producer. There's so many things he's done. He has a filmmaker. He has a great podcast. He
do you remember the name of it?
He gave me my what?
Do you remember the name of the podcast? Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up?
No, that's not the podcast anymore. It's Donversations.
I'm so bad. Oh, no.
It's Donversations.
Donversations.
So anyway,
really good.
We're going to bring up Jesse first.
Okay.
So let's show our first sponsor is Vertex.
Vertex.
And we'll show up our first
Go ahead,
one.
Bobby. Put on that commercial. Thank you. Nervous? Hey, and we're back. And the first thing I do to him is I say, "Are you nervous?" Like, you know,
As if I wasn't before.
He is now.
So, anyway,
go ahead.
Jesse Pullman, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's an honor to have you.
The honor's all mine. I don't get to do these kind of things very often, so thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're
All
welcome.
right, so where do you want to begin?
So, where do we begin? I would like to know how you got started in writing the science fiction.
Oh my!
Yeah,
Okay,
this is a
so we're-
science fiction
So
novel.
yes, this is a science fiction novel. We're going way back to the 90s. We're going to America Online chat rooms where I was a young man looking for an outlet for creative ideas, and I would get into role-playing chats with other people where we would pretend to be dragons or elves or whatever. And it was just a way to sort of get creative ideas across. There's low risk, the worst thing you could do is say something that upsets somebody else and feel like a bum about it for a while, but move on along and find new friends. And, some of those friends are still with me to this day. So that's not a bad thing at all.
That's so cool. I love
Cool.
that.
All right, now tell us about this book. It's not really a series, but it is a series.
Okay, so this book is the third book in a series called Physics Incarnate. It's a superhero type story similar to X-Men or anything you might see in Marvel or DC. As far as it being a third book, if you haven't read the first two, you're not going to miss much. Everything will be there. You'll get maybe a slightly different take on the characters, but that's fine because you will enjoy yourself reading it, I hope.
And this is all on Amazon. You can just go to Amazon, and his last name is Pohlman.
Yep.
Go to my Facebook page and stuff like that. Everything is on there. Trust me.
You'll find it.
You'll find it. You'll definitely find it. And how many novels do you have now?
This is my 8th full-length novel. I also have a short story collection, a novella, and a few other short stories laying around here and there.
Are they all science fiction?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's generally my wheelhouse when it comes to fiction writing. Outside of science fiction, I do write some political stuff. I did 5 years of hyper-local journalism with the Weekly Freeporter. That was my blog. Every week I would write an article and put it out and talk about what's going on in my hometown. And it was a while ago, but, I still check in from time to time.
I used
cool.
to read that. I used to read all that stuff that you did back then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just let everybody know that I grew up with his father. His father was my next door neighbor, and he lives next door to the house that I grew up in now.
Yeah.
So that's how I know Jesse. So for the people that are watching, because I know there's people watching from the high school, from Carl Place High School, and they knew his dad, Tommy. Because you texted me like crazy today. What time? How do I get it? So Gary, all right, you got it. And this is Tommy's son, because I know there's like about 12 or 13 of his high school friends that are watching right now. So
It's amazing.
I had to add
Hundreds.
that.
There might be hundreds of people.
Well,
I mean,
you know what?
yeah.
Word gets around because I put it on the Call Place thing. So
Cool.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's very possible.
You're like
that
the
it got
Liz
around.
Taylor of Long Island.
Yeah, Michael, I wish. I wish I had her talent. Let me tell you. So,
You
all
have
right.
her boobs, by the way.
Here we go with the boobs again.
Can't get his mind off him.
Oh my God! And I'm like wearing them all. I'm so covered up. Anyway, like I said, you can find everything on Amazon, and you really, they're not expensive. So definitely go and get the whole series and read them without question. But you were a teacher, were you not? You were a teacher.
Yeah, I was a teacher. I taught English and social studies in different situations.
Wow.
What grade?
High school level. So
cool.
9th, 10th, 11th primarily.
And now you don't teach anymore?
Nah, teaching is in my past, unfortunately.
So you're just dedicated to writing, and that's
Yep.
it.
Just dedicated to creating new ideas and adventures for people to
Wow.
enjoy.
So you're a full-time writer?
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Great.
Full-time
Yeah.
I'm very lucky to have
writer.
that opportunity.
Yeah. Hey,
So
we're very lucky to have you as a guest.
yeah, we don't
Like I
get.
said, we're honored. We are going to have you at the second half of the show. We're going to have you read.
Yep.
We're all going to do a little reading.
Well,
Sounds
and
like fun.
and
Got it
then
right
I'm
here.
going to critique it.
Oh, well, that's
Well, maybe we'll see. We'll see. He wanted me to do that. He said that on the way here.
that's cool.
Not on
Yeah.
the way here. I said it a couple of days ago.
All right.
Well-
And I remembered on the way here.
Well,
I was stoned. I was on medication.
Oh yeah, your medication.
I'm kidding. I did
He's on
say that.
medication.
Yeah.
So the
And
right
the-
medication makes everything feel better.
Yeah, I wish I was on that medication.
You don't even like the smell of my medication.
No, I don't. I don't. No, not me, not I. So anyway, here is the book.
I know, because I was
I have a
supposed to give Bobby a
question.
picture, but I didn't.
Sure.
I have a question. This cover,
This cover.
because when I first saw this cover and you told me what it was about, I was like, okay. So what did I say to you? Is it a book about sex?
Yeah, something like that.
Who did the cover?
A friend of mine, Cecilia Ivy Price. She's done about 4 or 5 covers for me so far.
Oh,
And
talented.
yeah, she's amazing.
She is.
What?
And so the scene I picked for this is a scene where the protagonist is kind of going through the initiation of learning her real origins, her backstory, and she's in a situation where she's in some
Can I
martial
see
arts
that?
training. Yeah, of course. She's in some martial arts training, and she's down on the ground. She's like, "Oh, I just got hit. I'm hurting," and apparently that has led to some unexpected vibes coming from the cover, which this is maybe one of my mildest, tamest books. So that's the irony of it all.
It's illustrated, just so you know. It's
Yeah,
illustrated.
there's some pictures in there of all the different characters.
Now that she brought that up,
Oh.
when I looked at it, it reminded me of like kind of like maybe like a novel that dealt with that they were gay and everything.
No,
No,
there-
I didn't
there-
get that.
There are some
Sexual. I did think of it
there,
sexual.
there are some characters in the story who are I guess
can
you
put
would
it
call
back.
it non-standard gender and or romantic inclinations, but that's fine.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
science fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a
it's
Well,
modern
they
day people.
have that.
It's-
I mean, there's sex in every single science fiction.
no, but I
movie
mean,
and-
in some science fiction, there could be they have no gender. They have they only have sex in their own.
oh, like Chewbacca and
Chewbacca is no. Chewbacca can
Chewbacca's a
have
Wookiee.
women.
I know he's a Wookiee.
He's a Wookiee. It's different.
I know. I thought I'd
yeah.
throw that in.
So,
But no, but
this-
there are like in the what was Dennis Quaid did that movie with him and Lou Gossett Jr.
I don't know.
A science fiction movie.
All right.
I don't remember the name of it, but he was. I don't remember the name of it now. With Dennis Quaid, yeah, he did. He talked, and Lou Gossett
yeah.
Jr. he gave birth. He was like a lizard that gave. He didn't have to have sex to
Oh, it was
give birth.
Interesting.
Oh, we'll
What
have
was
to
it?
find it.
I can't think of it. The name of it. They were war. They're having a war,
Yeah.
and
What a great movie that was.
that was a good movie. And he was really non-gender. He didn't have to have sex with anyone to, he was a lizard,
He was a
Great.
So
lizard.
asexual reproduction. Gotcha.
asexual.
Thank
Exactly.
you.
You see,
There are definitely queer folks in this book, but they're just chilling, doing their thing.
So it's a good read.
and
It's
even
definitely
in
a good
I
read.
mentioned Dune, the Bene Gesserit. Some of them, they went anyway.
Do you follow Dune?
A little bit. I had a hard time getting through some of the novel. I was reading
Some
the
people
first
do.
one, and it was good. It was good, but it was at a time when I had a lot going on in life, so I'd always kind of not get back to it.
And
then-
Dune, I do understand. Dune is very descriptive.
Oh yeah,
It's so
great.
descriptive and so long that the novels could be shorter.
And one of my scenes is one of the ones they left out of the movie where Paul and the Duke are hanging out with a bunch of different like nobility from the area, and they're talking about the water resources and everything and how that all works. And I'm like, that's fascinating because that's world building. And of course, you left it out of a movie that's designed to be more an action movie, but I get it.
What that? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
because even Frank Herbert, when they made the first Dune film, he stressed the importance of that water scene,
Yeah,
of the scene where they're having like a banquet
yeah,
and they spill the water on, and that's
yeah. And
the
it's just
value
like,
of
wow.
water. Yeah.
Right.
They did it a little bit differently in the new movie. And I'm boring my wife. So anyway, we're going
I'm
to.
used to it.
Isn't that nice, huh? 30 years and I still
32.
bore her. 32.
Can't forget those numbers.
Anyway,
1 month, 3 years.
Jesse, thank you so much. We're gonna have you back. We're
To read.
We're gonna have you back up in a few minutes. We're gonna bring up our next guest on, and then we'll have both of you on, and we'll read.
Cool. Awesome.
We'll all read. You'll
Thank you.
read. Don's gonna read something, and I might read something.
Oh, Benny wrote a novel when I first met him that still has not been published.
I wrote a vampire novel, but it's
Vampires are fun.
Yeah.
more science fiction than horror.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
science fiction element to this.
And I keep telling him
Got
to
a vampire
publish
guy
it.
in here.
You
What?
do?
Yeah, a little
You
bit.
have a vampire in there?
Not a blood vampire, but a vampire.
Okay.
Vampire.
And what is a vampire?
Sucks your life energy away.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Doesn't
book,
have to
That's-
bite you to
friends.
get your power.
Right. Yeah.
Ooh.
I've read some short stories like that too. Emotional vampires, they suck the emotion out of people.
Right.
I
That
love
was
vampires.
Harlan Ellison wrote a
Some
short
of them are
story
very
called
sexy.
Try a Dull Knife.
Not familiar with that one.
Try a Dull Knife. And it was he called them emotional vampires. That they were, yeah.
Sounds fun.
Try a Dull Knife. So
Yeah,
you're
I-
familiar with Harlan Ellison.
I know of his stuff. I know he's credited with helping to inspire the Terminator franchise, which I'm just
Which
addicted to.
listen, I'm a big fan of Harlan.
Are you
I
addicted
had
to
seen
that?
him-
I love
A
it.
little bit.
I had seen Harlan Ellison like 5, 6, maybe more, maybe
Yeah, we
like
met
10
him.
times. I've seen him a lot when he used to come to Stony Brook, had a science fiction convention. I saw him. I have to say, I disagree. You know, I'm glad he's not alive because if he was, he'd be here and strangle me. I disagree with. I'm glad. Okay, you got James Cameron to put your name, and they gave you some money and disclose, but I don't see the connection of. It's the one soldier. It's not two episodes for Outer Limits.
Yeah.
He wrote one was Demon with a Glass Hand, which is really good, and the other is Soldier. He claims that they ripped him off with Soldier. So in a way, you know, there are similarities, but I don't know.
Bobby, roll
Okay.
the next commercial.
Bobby, roll the next commercial. All right.
I must take.
Keys Love Jewelry and Keys Cutlery. Keys Love Jewelry, stainless steel jewelry for men and women at affordable pricing, guaranteed to never tarnish or turn. And Keys Cutlery, a cut above the rest, specializing in hunting, camping, fantasy, everyday use, and self-defense equipment for your personal safety. Keys Love Jewelry and Keys Cutlery are both located inside Retro Relics at 2860 Middle Country Road, Lake Grove, New York. That's inside Retro Relics at 2860 Middle Country Road, Lake Grove, New York. Check their websites out at keyslovejewelry.com and keyscutlery.com. That's keyslovejewelry.com and keyscutlery.com. Got a question? Give them a call. 631-379-1781. That's 631-379-1781. Keys Love Jewelry and Keys Cutlery.
And we're back. Yeah. With
This
Don
is some
Silver's-
good stuff, Jesse. And I love the cover too. And give it up for Jesse again, because writing a book and getting a book published is a big deal. So kudos to you, and kudos to any author out there that you know kind of chases their dream and makes it come true. And this book is awesome. I love the cover. I just want to take it home with me.
I
No,
want to
good
read
stuff.
it too, but
Good, yeah, good stuff.
We're gonna get it on.
you're
Amazon.
you're a man of all talents. You're a man of many talents.
Yes, but I've been taking notes in the beginning of the show.
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to hear more about Benny Saggy Balls because I was very interested in that. You should get them. Now I know what to get you for your birthday. The underwear with the ball sack holder.
I am telling you.
My balls don't sag.
But
They
there's a
don't.
special Saggy Balls underwear where they sell those, like Target or something.
Well, they actually, this one company was on Facebook, but now they're copying it because it went went viral and went crazy, and they have the boxers and they have bikinis and different patterns and different
with a little
material.
pocket.
And, got a pocket
And it's
for the
got
balls?
a little pocket right for your balls. You put
And
your
that's for
balls,
older men, or is that for like
anybody,
trans?
anybody,
Wow.
everybody,
That is
everybody, anybody that wants
I
it.
want them. I want to.
You know, I'm gonna send you
You
the
have
link.
the saggy ball problem?
They're over. I'm 50. I'm like, I'm 52. They're already starting to drop. Benny, I don't know what's going on.
Mine don't drop.
I need
I don't
some
know why.
advice.
But my
don't need-
penis got smaller.
They tap against my kneecaps.
My penis got smaller. It did. Like,
But the balls are good.
The balls are good. Yeah, so you had the
Like-
opposite effect. Mine actually got bigger.
all right. Like Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor he told a joke. He said, when I was young, he says, I'd wake up and I have a hard on and it would tap me on the chest,
Wake up,
right?
wake up.
He said, my penis would tap me on the chest. Now he's like, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, hey! And my penis says, what are you on fire again, motherfucker?
The other thing was Enemy Mine.
Enemy
Mine.
Mine,
Enemy
yes.
Mine.
With
That's the
Richard,
name of
Louis
it.
Gossett Jr. And the other guy. What's
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. Great alien movie. If you ever want to watch an alien movie, it was a great one. It's like, it's kind of like these two guys, and they were they abandoned on the planet together, and then they
Well, he
They
lands
crashed.
on
They
the
were-
planet and crashes, and the alien guy, that's his planet.
No.
No.
No, that's not their planet at all. either
Wrong
one.
movie.
But
No.
they're like it's like a weird red planet, and then like you said, he gives birth, and he talks like
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, he
I
told you.
love you.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah, they were both enemies. And this story has been done. This story was once done with an American and a Japanese.
And the
so
defiant ones, and like
right,
yeah,
they're soldiers of
Right,
different
they're both
armies.
soldiers.
They were
yes,
soldiers.
yes.
And then they both crash landed on this planet and they had to help each other.
Right.
So they
Right,
couldn't
survive.
kill each other. They needed each other to live.
To live.
And then Dennis Quaid finds out the guy's
Great
pregnant.
movie.
The guy is pregnant.
Yes, and that's now they were ahead of their time because that's happening all the time now.
Yeah.
I will say also another note I had was you guys were talking about New Year's and your tradition of going out and the drinks and all that stuff.
Okay.
Wendy's the same way. Wendy somehow
I love you, Wendy.
they somehow find the most expensive thing on the menu. It's like a radar. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like oh yeah, and just I'm like, how do you know where the most expensive thing on the menu is? It's like I don't know. It's just what I like. Okay, yeah, okay.
And you know what? When I was younger, you go to a restaurant and they tell you tonight's specials. You would think when you're younger, you think, oh, specials, it's on sale. No, it's not on sale, you friggin' idiot. And then you think, oh, the
Right,
specials.
exactly.
And then you're like, why is the bill so expensive? Well, you had the special.
yeah, the special.
Yeah, but there's a special. You think the special? Yeah.
That's what happened though. The last time I ordered the branzini, which is a fish I love, it was on special, and I know that it's not. But I didn't ask how much it was, and it was $70. I thought he was going to have a heart attack.
He did. He had a heart attack. He just hid it from
Did you
me.
eat the dish?
No, I didn't hide it. I don't hide it.
Eat the dish.
I'll tell you something about me, would you? I'm one of these guys that sometimes something could have happened tonight that got me mad, but I rolled it over, but it festers in me.
Like a woman.
And it comes back. And I think, and then like in 6 months from now, we'll be fighting and I'll be like, and don't think I don't remember you ordering $70.
The callback. You got to call it back.
Yep.
And you bring it back at the right time, Benny. Very smart.
It's like 5 years later.
Yes.
You know, remember the time that you ordered that fish that was $70? I'm like, yeah, and it was very good.
I tell you, I got Wendy angry at me the other day, not too long ago. She has the cry cut machine, so she can make her own T-shirt. She made me this. This is her way of making up with me, but also
I love it.
she entered me into the Grumpy Fuckers Club.
So she made that
Oh,
t-shirt?
She made this shirt.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so-
cool.
2 thumbs up, Wendy.
So she said, "Oh yeah, well you're a grumpy fucker," and she gave me the shirt. So props to Wendy. She should be watching right now.
And they're married
Yeah.
a little over a year now, right?
Yeah, well, almost a year. It'll be
Almost
a year
a
in
year.
June.
Oh, that's right. It was June.
Yeah.
I know I was there.
Yeah, we were there.
June
Great
13th,
wedding,
great
by the way.
wedding.
Great
Oh,
wedding.
we had so much fun.
It was a
Yeah.
blast.
So much fun.
It was a good time. We enjoyed Petroni DJing, and it was just a lot of great. It was 2023 was a great year. It's going to be tough to top it. but I'm starting it off now with you guys, and
thank you.
we're rocking it. We're
Yeah.
rocking it now.
All right.
But
And
now, did you guys watch the Cat Williams interview? And do you know Cat Williams? He's this comedian, and he kind of called out everybody. But they said it's a time for truth and time for healing.
Right.
And I think we should be healing too.
Uh-oh.
Because I've heard some stuff going on with you guys and another friend of mine, and the whole comedy scene is broken up about it. And it's this whole thing with the Long Island comedy scene has this page that's run by our buddy Jeff Bosey, right?
Right.
And now there's been some kind of misunderstanding. What's going on with you guys and Jeff Bosey?
All right, so let me tell you about Jeff. Let me tell you right now. I don't hate you, Jeff. I just think you need guidance. All right. So, if you've got a page and it's called the Long Island Comedy Scene, it means that you should put anything on that page that is about the Long Island comedy scene.
So what did he do?
So sadly, a good friend of ours and a lot of people in the Long Island comedy scene, they did a lot for many, many years. Rob Chaffee, may he rest in peace.
God bless Rob Chaffee.
I posted on his page where he was going to be laid out because it was only going to be one day.
Posted on the Long Island comedy scene.
Long Island comedy scene and a lot of other places because I have a lot of places, but I thought that would be good. Jeff, so it's kind of a controversial subject right now. He posted it, but he wasn't happy about it because other people were saying things and he didn't want it to become an obituary column.
Yeah, he said.
So he was trying to prevent it from being an obituary thing for Chaffee. Chaffee, by his own right, God bless him up in heaven, that he did a lot for the comedy scene.
Yeah.
And good friends with Bob Nelson, good friends with a lot of people.
Right.
Did a lot of stuff. So that was it. So Bosey wasn't happy with that you were.
But then then Nancy posted a comedy video of someone, and he said it didn't fit the standards of the group.
Carrie Caravis?
Caravis.
Yes. You know her.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's in his movie.
She's in his movie. Very funny woman.
Yes.
She's just spontaneously hilarious. And she did this parody where she was singing, and Mike Keegan was in the background. Am I losing my mic again?
It was vibrating.
Well, I didn't feel it. So Mike was in the background. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. She's very funny. She posts these things. She's freaking hilarious. And he had the shit fit of the ages because I did that. And I'm like, I posted on mine. I got 1,500 likes on her page. 1,500.
What do you think it was about the Kravitz bit that got him going?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, that page, after a while, it got to be, he was criticizing something. And I love the guy. It was only like a couple of weeks before that we went to see Tony Walker.
You guys got married. You and Bosey got married.
Me and Bosey got married on stage.
You were married a week later at the divorce.
Yeah, a week later. So anyway, that group, it was like he was anytime somebody would write something or do something, there was a criticism about it's supposed to be a free open page. So then now he sucks me into it. He tells me, Nancy, me and his other administrator, they didn't ban Nancy. She was suspended for putting that Carrie Caravis.
I was suspended.
So I must have said something.
You don't suspend me from nothing, baby.
So you know me.
So you got an email saying you're suspended?
Yeah.
A message. So he messaged me about it. Nancy was suspended because it didn't fit with our criteria or whatever. So I must have said something. Whatever I said, I'm banned. I'm banned from that group. I'm not on that group.
I'm suspended.
So then I said,
I do give Bosey credit though for kind of going to you and going, "Hey, Denny, just so you know, I'm having problems, with Nancy." I think that's the right thing to do.
All right, but that's not the first. That's not the first. Listen, that's not the first time somebody's come up to me and said I've had problems with Nancy. All right, so it's at the point. No, I'm telling the truth. So it's at the point where I'm like, come on. So then I wrote something about a bunch of crybabies or something. So I got banned. So now Nancy has her own group, and I have mine.
Right.
Mine is called Long Island Stand-Up Comedy and then some. and I put together a calendar. And I'm actually writing lessons from the mistakes I made in comedy. I'm telling you about it. And I'm writing.
Yours is a different type of page than what they're doing. He's basically what the Long Island Comedy Scene page is basically tells everybody where the open mics are, comedians promoting themselves. Yours is like, hey, I'm also going to teach you guys lessons and things like that.
Yeah,
it's more comedy. Like you want to teach comedy also.
And I also do want to know about all the open mics.
Right.
And I'm not, there are some people who don't like me. I know you find that hard to believe. But even if they have an open mic, I'm going to post it. If someone tells me about it, I don't care, And Nancy has.
Now, me on the other hand,
okay.
I have the real Long Island.
The true
Long Island comedy. Don't fuck with me, baby. The true.
But are yours two competing with each other?
No, mine is
totally
like Bosie's.
Oh, yours is more like Bosie's with the calendar.
No, mine is Bosie's.
And mine is different. Mine is,
and
like
I have
said,
more followers than him.
What if Bosie tried to post on your pages?
I don't have a problem with that. No, for me, he can.
Right. Okay.
I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
As long as if you're going to be an idiot, then I'm going to. But
right,
I love Bosie. Don't get me wrong. I love Bosie.
And that's the thing. I want the comedy scene. I'm not a comedian, but I love the comedy scene. I know a lot of the comics, and I'm very supportive.
Is he upset? Is it bothering him that we don't like him?
No, I don't think it. I don't know. I
don't think he gives a shit.
I have to have him on my podcast and find out his side of the story more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
I love the guy, and he was very funny.
He's very talented.
He's very talented.
He's very talented.
Anyway,
he's doing great with the Knock 'em Dead shows.
Yes, he is.
Oh yeah,
he's the big kind of punchline of the whole thing.
Yes.
Dressed up as the wedding dress.
Right, he's perfect for that.
Yeah.
He is perfect for that. So I don't poo-poo him as far as his talent.
No, I love the guy too.
I just think he needs to
he's a good man.
And let me run it.
I think he's a good man, and now I have my own. I would like to still be on this, but because even they put a calendar together.
Right.
I wrote mine as a list. I asked people, and I wrote a list. I'm not ripping. I'm not stealing from them. I'm doing my own.
Right.
And like I said, any comedian you want to write something, I also tell you good videos to watch, like Richard Pryor's original video.
That kind of stuff is cool.
I wrote that if you really are interested in comedy, you should watch this.
Right, watch this movie or watch this stand-up show.
Or buy this book on Amazon.
Get this book.
Anyway,
Jesse Pullman, man, this guy.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna.
It's not. This is not his only book. He's got a whole list. When you go on there,
I saw a promo of this on the Long Island Comedy Scene.
What a ball buster.
I'm just kidding. I love everybody. I want everybody to be friends.
I'm glad I'm
wearing. The world to be happy.
I'm glad I'm wearing.
Really, Jesus. He's incognito.
I'm glad I'm wearing my tight ball underwear because he's been busting them on me over here. Listen. Time is running short.
Time's running short.
We promised Jesse could come up here and read.
Yeah.
So
we want Jesse to read for sure. This is his book.
And where is it?
JessePullman.com.
Yeah.
Go to JessePullman.com. I was talking to him before the show. Very, very talented guy. Very insightful. He's giving me tips on writing and stuff. So
we're gonna bring him right on, and then both of you guys are gonna read.
Like his pages on Facebook.
I might read a chapter from his book. No, I got a Jerry Seinfeld book I'll read.
All right. Okay. So
Jerry Seinfeld's going to be on the show in April. No. Bosie.
He's going to wear a
top hat.
Bosie is a grumpy fucker. Bosie is a grumpy fucker.
I got to get shirts like this. If you want to be part of the club, Benny, you can be part of the grumpy
I would love to be part of the club.
We'll get you a shirt.
Double X, I need. Double
Wendy,
X.
you heard that? Wendy, get them.
Wendy, double X. I'll pay Wendy.
And we'll get Bosie one too.
I got gummies.
I don't want one.
You don't want one?
I won't wear it. Not unless it's a V-neck.
All right, we'll make that happen.
Okay, anyway, we're going to show our third sponsor of the night, and we're going to bring Jesse back up.
Yes. We need a 2-hour show. Hi, this is Nancy, and if you know Lori, who used to have a store in Islip called the Nook and Cranny, she now has a booth over in Oakdale in the Antiquities, and we will put up the address. She has a ton of stuff, wonderful things, 20% off. different finds, different things. There's even some Christmas stuff left over. It's amazing how much stuff she has in this little booth. And Lori is sponsoring the show. So we're going to come and do a really nice photography thing here. So it's called Welcome to the Little Nook. And she's got a lot of stuff in this little nook. I know I have to get this under a minute. So my suggestion is to come right down. The store's got everything.
Yeah.
And we're back,
everybody.
And we're back, everyone. I want to thank. We never do. I want to thank everybody who's watching the show because we don't always do that. We just talk.
All my fans, I love you.
And Rothney, thank you. Rich Walker is watching.
Rich
Walker.
Oh, no, Rich is my baby. Oh my God, I love him so much. He knows it.
Laughter saves lives.
And Rich Walker.
Who's the guy that? Lives.
Yeah, left.
Yeah. When are we gonna be on the show? When?
Everybody wants Nancy and me on the show now. No more Benny Rizzuti is shit now.
On all your shows you've had in the past, you had LaRocchia, you've had Rich Walker, and you've had all of those guys. They should now bring you back and pay back the fare.
Well, LaRocchia has had me on.
But not the two of you.
Now it's a two of us.
Now everybody wants to
know. Gracie and Ellen.
Yeah, the dynamic duo.
The dynamic duo.
Yeah. Anyway.
Dude, where else would I have known you were wearing a girdle if it hadn't been for Nancy being here?
There you go.
The last
you discover.
This is just me, baby.
The last stand-up comedy show I did. I said that. I did I said which is true.
And we're producing, he's producing another comedy show.
What?
Too.
Yes, we're working on one.
We're working on one.
Very cool.
We wanted to do it at the Giggle Room, but it's selling out. The Giggle Room is
hot.
It's hot. There's a lot of shows there. So
no room for us. Well, not me.
We have
and then just going to give a quick plug to my peeps over there. Govs.com. If anybody wants to go check out the schedule and who's performing there, like you guys said, Tommy Gooch is coming. Gemini, by the way, awesome guy. Love that dude. He's hilarious. And
he's awesome.
And so Govs.com.
Yeah, go to Govs.com. 3 clubs on the island. They're all great. They're
in Bohemia, Levittown, and Belmore.
Yeah. Yes. And the food is great. The service is great.
The best hamburgers I've ever had.
What?
One of the best hamburgers I've ever had. You were with me. We were together watching the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this hamburger is freaking amazing.
No,
and I had a burger when I went to Joey Cola's symposium.
7 minutes.
Okay. Anyway, let's let Jesse read from his book.
Sure he goes.
Let's go. Chapter 1, Saffron Studies. She pressed and pressed to visualizing the great weight that held her friend down as a tremendous stone. She did her best to roll the boulder that was Alejandra's emotional state down the hill of despair, but it wouldn't budge from where it stood. I can feel you in my mind, but you aren't impacting me so far, Alejandra whispered. Even though the two sat a full body length apart, his low-intensity judgment was the last thing she needed. Saffron Latchkey's mental bubble burst. The sight of the boulder and the gentle slope she'd set up fizzled into dust and transformed into the mundane meeting room in the penthouse suite of Lowry Security Services main headquarters. Beads of sweat dropped down her forehead, which she quickly dabbed with a paper towel. Damn, really? Saffron asked as she relaxed, dipping her chin in disappointment as she got out of her seat and started walking around the chamber. She walked past a row of fine leather seats, stepping along the length of the conference table, and pressing in front of a row of flat-screen televisions to her right. A collection of paintings, including one of a hill that helped inspire her visualization, was on her left. She gazed out of the window of this luxurious office suite, thinking for a moment about the building she was in. It was a modestly sized skyscraper that served as the meeting ground for an immodestly powerful group, and that window provided a pleasant view. With a deep sigh, Alejandra's eyes followed Saffron's pacing around the meeting room. It is no coincidence that you and Erica chose me to be your final exam subject, Saffron, he said with a hint of kindness. And you even succeeded in influencing James a little. If anyone knows deception, it's him, and you got one over on him. Saffron rubbed her hands together, fingertips insulated by the elbow-length satin gloves she wore to cover up the burn scars on her hands. I've been working on this with Erica for months now, she said, licking her lips. Unlike the last 6 times, Saffron wasn't bathing in her own sweat. For a moment, she got past just how much effort she was putting into changing Alejandro's mind. Only now that she'd broken her concentration did she realize she was thirsty. She went over to a nearby pitcher half filled with iced tea. James made us some chamomile, she thought. Maybe that'll help him relax. She filled her glass back up, then looked pointedly towards his. He held a hand up. Damn, guess not. She studied the differences between her still somewhat new friend and herself. She was short compared to him, but then again, so were most people when put next to the bulky Spaniard. She was somewhere around 5 feet 4 inches, which left her at least within a foot of the big guy. It's not his body I'm trying to influence, it's his mind. No, his heart, she thought as she studied him. Saffron was attempting to force Alejandro to cry. This was not a task to be completed with anger, ridicule, or guilt. Rather, this was a test of just how powerful Saffron's ability to influence the emotions of other people were. Still got time? Should I keep going?
Yeah, sure.
Thus far, she was failing, and she needed to refocus herself. She thought back to her mentor's first test 3 years ago. We're going to an open mic comedy session, Saffron had asked her mentor, Erica Hall, as soon as he had entered the room. Erica, wearing a slender black dress that contrasted with her bright blonde hair, smiled thinly. She had only one adornment on, a red, white, and blue button with black text that read, Vote Hall 2016. If it's any consolation, I'll be there with you. It's good for people to see me, and I need all the crowds I can get, and they're expecting to laugh, so it should be easy. But I'm not funny, Saffron had replied. Erica merely chuckled and left to get changed. Unlike that adventure, Saffron couldn't lurk in the back of the room waiting for her turn to be called. Unlike that adventure, she wasn't trying to bring a happy emotion to a crowd of relatively ordinary people who had no idea that a pair of empaths were influencing them. Her pupils had dilated. She made the crowd crack up in spite of the fact she had no quality jokes to share. She talked about theoretical space habitats. At least I enjoyed the spaciousness, she considered. Alejandro was a different beast entirely. First and foremost, Alejandro knew that someone outside of his own mind was trying to make him feel things. This made it possible to resist her efforts, but Alejandro had a second advantage in his favor, his own ability. He was almost entirely invulnerable. Gunshots might sting, but they didn't dent him. He'd been subjected to every punishment up to and including Emmett Eisenberg's nuclear flame, and he'd survived unscathed. Only supernatural energy was proven to harm him.
Okay, and now we'll have Don. We're running. That was very good, though. What? We got 2 minutes.
Go ahead, go.
All right, I'm reading from the great Jerry Seinfeld.
Was that from this book?
Yes.
That
Chapter
was
1.
Find out what Alejandro was up to next.
I like that it was in the comedy club. That was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So this is a chapter from the great Jerry Seinfeld, and I'm going to read it as Jerry Seinfeld. This is We Have Soda. And this won't take too long. This is We Have Soda. Okay, let me get in the character here. The basic problem with TV is you see everybody you see on TV is doing something better than what you're doing. Nobody on TV is just watching TV. You never see anybody on TV half-conscious sliding off the sofa with potato chip crumbs in their shirt. Some people... Sorry.
Well, you're doing it good.
Should have had that gummy ahead of time, Betty.
You took that gummy already?
Some people on TV are having a little too much fun. The soda commercial people, they're always jumping, laughing, hugging. Where does all the enthusiasm come from? We have soda, we have soda, we have soda. Have you ever been sitting there drinking the same exact product they're advertising on TV at that moment? Where they're spiking volleyballs and jet skiing, girls in bikinis driving Jeeps into the surf. Soda! I look at it and I think, maybe I'm putting too much ice in mine. Jerry Seinfeld.
Very good.
Both of you, good. Fantastic.
With the last few seconds, I'm going to read a poem.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
Bullies cry the loudest. Bullies cry the loudest, and in fact, they rightly should. Their personality is much like dog poop, with their brains as thick as wood. A bully only gets pleasure by inflicting harm upon the weak. So please understand their anger when outsmarted by the meek. I once worked for a big bully who threatened to fire me quite a bit. Yet he cried foul to all his bully pals when I just up and quit. Bullies cry the loudest when a victim gives them strife. For without someone to torture, a bully has no life.
Okay, we're
Gagootz, baby.
tune in January 23rd, Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Teddy Smith, actor, stand-up comedian, will be here, sitting there. Will be here, sitting
He's going to
there.
be sitting right there, and it's
And
just Teddy.
It's
yeah.
just Teddy. It's going to be a great interview, guys. So that's January 23rd. And go get this book or any of the books.
Physics Incarnate, right? I've got that.
Close enough.
Trincarnate.
Yeah.
Physics Trincarnate. Go run out and get it. And Don, you ain't getting this.
Amazon. You
friggin'
don't
book.
have to do any running. Just get on your phone, Amazon, bada bing.
It's an autograph. Nancy and Benny, thanks so much for having me.
Oh, you autographed it. Oh,
And
thank
then he
you.
wrote, "You promised me 5 minutes of reading. You lied."
I got most of it done.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.